Blue ocean refers to a particular corporate strategy where instead of trying to compete directly with other entities, you carve out your own market space and create new demand. This is in contrast to the red ocean, where you're fighting directly with your competitors for an existing market share. Intel and AMD, for example, exist in the red ocean. Their CPU lines fight against each other directly. Sony and Microsoft as well compete against each other in that way. Nintendo, by contrast, made serious waves, pun intended, with their design philosophy behind the Switch, which was absolutely a blue ocean move. And the 80-20 rule says that 80% of the outcomes or outputs result from 20% of all causes or inputs for any given event. So in business, a goal of the 80-20 rule is to identify inputs that are potentially the most productive and make them the priority. So one really simple way to apply this is to just ask yourself when you're creating your to-do list, which of these actions will create the biggest impact or will have the biggest impact on my business? And to finish up here, I'll just read off that Rockefellar quote one more time and delve into that just a little bit more. I would rather earn 1% off 100 people's efforts than 100% off my own efforts. I think the core takeaway here is, for any entrepreneur, you have to be able to delegate your work, right? In the beginning, you're going to start off wearing a number of hats, all of the hats. And then as you go through that process of learning, mastering, and then delegating, once you master whatever it is that you're doing, you now have to pass it on to someone else so that you free up your own time. And when you free up your own time, you now have the ability to focus on something higher up on the food chain, so to speak, something like maybe business strategy, or maybe, depending on what stage your business is in, it could be sales. Maybe you're spending all of your time on sales, bringing in new clients so that you can expand your client base. And you keep doing this, ideally until you find yourself wearing the one hat, which is the hat of hats for you personally. In other words, the actions, say 80 to 90% of your actions, your tasks, are things that you both enjoy and are incredibly good at. And of course, there's a million other directions you can take that in, but for me personally, that really summarizes the game of entrepreneurship. Learn, master, delegate, rinse, repeat until you're wearing your hat, the best hat.